busy man lived on a lake, but rarely looked at it. One day, when he was feeling his day looming, he made himself a cup of coffee and decided to take a moment to enjoy the view he was paying so much for. He saw a woman down by the water. She wore a white sundress. She held her hands cupped like a bowl in front of her as she carefully waded out into it. He thought this strange, but shrugged and went about his day. Each day after, however, he would look for the woman in the water. Without fail, she was out there. She held her hands in the same way. This woman must be crazy. After several weeks passed of this, he began to obsess about what she might be up to, and the curiosity only started to build. The rest of the world was rushing here or there, and she was standing patiently in water. A month went by, and he couldn't take it anymore. He had to know what was so important about being out there. He took the day off, and he walked down to the edge of the lake. He took his shoes off and felt the sand beneath his feet for the first time since he had moved there. He sat and waited for the woman of the lake. She came upon him. She was startled for a moment, like a cat reacting to a strange sound, but she was careful to keep her hands as they were. He nodded and waved, but did not come closer. He watched as she walked out into the lake with her hands cupped, as she had done so many times before. He was resigned to wait to see what would happen. After about 15 minutes, he witnessed something that changed his life forever. A beautiful, majestic eagle came flying down to greet her, and though its talons might have sliced her arms to pieces, it rested easily upon her arm and gladly drank the clean water from her hands. He was blown away by this. He felt tears swell, but did not cry. He was envious of the patience and time she must have taken to create the trust between them. The eagle pumped his wings and seemed to bow its head as it rose before her and flew away. As she returned to shore, he asked her, "Why do this? Surely there is enough water in the lake." She turned only slightly. She seemed self-conscious as her dress clung to her skin, and though she was beautiful, he seemed only interested in her answer. She smiled in a pensive, mischievous manner as she slipped her sandals back on. "Because the water here is unclean, and even the most wounded, untrusting creature deserves to be treated well and to feel love." He must have sat there for hours, contemplating what she had said. It was almost as if the one woman that the whole world thought was crazy was the only woman on the planet that made any sense. Eventually, he went back inside. He went back to his life. He watched for her out there on the water every morning, but never interfered. Years passed. The man retired, and then one day, the woman did not appear. He discovered that in the night the woman had passed, 33 words shared between them, and he was devastated. So he grabbed a bottle of water and filled up a bowl. He took off his shoes, and he waded out into a lake he had never set foot in, though he was fearful that the eagle would not come either. As if the bird knew that she was gone, the eagle could not be seen or heard in the sky. He did this day after day. And then one morning, he heard a mighty screech. It flew down as it always had, and he could see the age in it. It felt like sadness. The mighty bird seemed hesitant, but rested upon the man's arm and took a drink. The man cried unabashedly, and all he could think of was how grateful he was to have met her. Over and over, he said, I should have taken the time to know her better. I should have earned her trust.